Hey guys, I'm Crypto Spook, and today we are bringing you the best of escape rooms.
And this is Moriarty.
So our first game today is Survive, or Survivor, the Deus Helix, one of the games that we reviewed quite a long time ago, almost a year ago at this point. We actually did 2 reviews on it. It came out in November of 2017 and has quite a few positive reviews.
Including our own.
Including our own, twice. I think the first time we did the initial demo when it came out, then we got the full game, we were like, wow, they fixed all the stuff that we said was an issue. The puzzles are really fun and engaging. The scenery is beautiful everywhere you look. The music matched the game well.
ConsidVR is also one of the games that actually managed to scare you.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty terrible. The water level, I believe it's the second or third level in the game. There's this water level, and they introduced the nighttime aspect of the game, which is something else that we really appreciated, was people pushing and exploring new boundaries within VR, such as changing the environment. And the nighttime aspect of it just had all these giant monsters and stuff that lived and lurked in the water, and you never got attacked by them, but you felt like you were in very mortal danger just by what you heard going on around you.
It's one of the prettier games. It's definitely one of the more interesting. And it's long. It's such a long game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a long game.
If you're going to spend $20, which is pretty much the go-to price for an escape the room game,
this is a good place to spend your money.
it's going to at least fill up your time. You're going to spend a lot of hours in it. And the challenges are really difficult, which is nice.
They definitely went above and beyond and outside of the box, if you will. Number 2 on our list is Form. It is an indie VR game, and I absolutely loved this game. I loved everything about it. The music was perfect, the storytelling was beautiful, the interaction with the objects was something unique that I've never seen before. It is a short experience, though, which detracts pretty heavily on it. But the amount of fun I had in this game and just playing through it by myself, I really did enjoy it.
It's also one of the few games where all of the puzzles just work together. It makes sense. You do one thing to unlock another thing. Everything is intuitive. You're not playing any of the King's Quest or Police Quest type of games here. It makes sense and everything moves and iterates into the next puzzle really, really well.
The theme of the game was very interesting. You're a scientist that's trying to unlock an alien meteorite that's fallen to Earth, and just the way they told the story lent itself perfectly to the gameplay, and the visuals were absolutely stunning and matched up perfectly with the gameplay.
It's one of the prettiest games you're going to find.
Now, this definitely could have gone up higher on the list if it was longer, but unfortunately, I think this is at most a 1-hour game, and that's kind of where it ends, which is upsetting. I was upset when the game ended because I was having such a good time playing it that it irritated me that there was no more. I couldn't go back and rebeat the puzzles in some other way, or it irritated me because I wanted more and didn't get it.
Which is basically the highest praise that Crypto can give a game.
Number 1 on our list is one of the very first VR games I ever saw. Before I ever had VR, I saw a video of somebody with the Oculus dev kit playing I Expect You to Die. And right then and right there, I realized I needed VR in my life. And eventually I got it. Not in the form of Oculus, but a Vive. So unfortunately, I had to wait for this game, I Expect You to Die, to be ported to VR. And it is indeed ported. It is a seated experience where you sit in one location and complete the escape the room puzzles. And you can beat the game in probably about 3 hours, tops, if you're not good at puzzles. But the amount of fun that I had playing it, it is probably the most perfectly scripted VR experience I've been in. Like, the title scene to the game, you're gliding along this conveyor belt where they're singing this whole I Expect You to Die song. It was just surreal. You felt like something straight out of James Bond.
The introduction scene alone is probably worth the price, quite frankly. It's incredible, it's invigorating and immersive and completely unique. Nothing like anything we've ever seen before.
And the puzzles themselves are actually really enjoyable. I don't think anybody could dispute that this game is worth the $25. Until they've already completed it, but then you can still go back and try and beat it different ways because there are different ways to solve each puzzle.
As opposed to most of these type of games, there isn't a one-way through and you're done. Instead, you have fun dying even, because it'll tell you all sorts of different things about your death, and it's just such a great game.
On top of that, the music is perfect. The artistry and the work that they put into making this game look beautiful is just, it's on another level as far as VR goes. This is not standard fare for VR.
The music really is above and beyond. I actually went and got the theme song from this, and it's now in my library as a song that I will listen to.
You know, I think there's only one other song that I feel that strongly about, and that's in a completely different game. Event Zero's theme song is just honestly touching. I love that song. And this one made me feel the same way.
I expected it as a unique, very interesting game. It's worth the price you pay. It's incredibly interesting, and man, I just can't say enough.
And it's our number one.
It is absolutely our number one.
Okay, guys, so there you have it. That is our top 3 VR Escape the Room games. What did we miss? What are your suggestions? What do you think is the best Escape the Room VR experience that you've had yet?
If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. But if you did like it, go ahead and watch another one up there in the corner. And as always,
We'll see you on the next one.